I've been an iDog for, I guess, about 5 years now. I came on with Uncharted 3, was doing all of their co-op. So I got to kind of write some of that and create some of that, do the layout, worked a lot with Aaron Daly, who's now the lead multiplayer on Uncharted 4, and he did all the Last of Us stuff. And then when I moved on to The Last of Us, I started to work on all of the winter section. Ellie's a very close character to my heart. I spent a lot of time with her. It was one of those things where every once in a while I'd look around and I'd see Joel running around and be like, what game are you guys making?
So moving on to Uncharted 4 a little bit.
Yeah, let's talk about Uncharted 4.
Yeah, let's talk about Uncharted 4.
I mean, I was really excited because this is my first time to get to work on single player Uncharted 4. Getting to get into that high adventure again, just thinking about the pacing of Uncharted, the adventure of Uncharted, the mysteries of Uncharted. I was just excited to start to explore that high adventure, that action again. Figuring out how to design on this new scale. Because you want to go bigger in this jungle layout that we have that you've gotten to see a little bit about. You can see just all these avenues that Drake has, these new tools. And you give the player a tool like the grappling hook, you're like, that makes sense. And then you realize how much space you need to fulfill that and how far you can go. How you design a space that has that size and epicness, but it's still understandable, digestible. So they start to understand, I need an escape route. If I go up here, maybe that leads around and I'll get an advantage point up here. I think our goal with the layouts in some of these spaces is that there's not that golden path, right? You know, you turn this corner, you're gonna find something surprising, you're gonna find a grappling hook, or maybe this way you're gonna use your pitons, like getting that mix up of your different tools. You know, there might be a shimmy ledge this way, there might be things that break this way, so every path kind of has that action, that tempo that you kind of want. I think that's just a continuing evolution both on what we find interesting, things you would start to see even in Uncharted 2, the train fight in the blizzard, just kind of how open that feels, how many different avenues you have. You start to see that in Uncharted 3, you start to see it in The Last of Us a lot. That's a slower game, so while it's still wide, it doesn't try to have that same scale because you're just not as fast, you're not climbing, you're not swinging, you know. So now what do some of those ideas that we like, now how does it shape and how is it different with just faster gunplay, faster character, a wider range of weapons, and just like what does that look like in Uncharted?
Let's get this party started.
We were really happy with the response. So much of designing video games is, you know, me here with all these amazing people, but in this office, and to be able to go to a demo like that with so many fans and see and hear their response and get to be present. And you know, the demo's happening up there, and like I keep kind of looking back and hearing the fans and hearing people murmur like, "Oh my God, did you just thing?" And like, because you don't get that, right? You don't get to hear that immediate response very often as a developer. So I guess that's just a thank you for that. Just seeing the opening shot, like that opening vista and that slow pan out, and to see Nate, just like, I heard this person behind us just being like, almost gasping, like, oh my God, oh my, no, like the person just losing it almost, right? Like can't, and that's no cutscene, they're going right into gameplay, like, like brain melting. I'm just like, cool. So people got really excited at the rope, like the drop in the rope, and like that was really satisfying. This idea of, you know, stringing together different combos, having an environment that allows you to, you know, take cover, maybe do some blind fire, get off that jump, swing attached to something, knowing there's going to be patrols there, and then steering it, being able to have control to steer that rope and then jump off and get a death from above kill on that. I think it's just putting together environments that afford that and afford a lot of different ways. You could have climbed up a different way and jumped down on him, or used a different rope to accomplish a similar goal. One of the things that's so amazing to me about like this demo that I kind of love is that, you know, in the past often we'll show like the big set pieces like cargo plane, we've shown the train and these types of things. This is core gameplay. So to see people get kind of blown away and excited and just visually stunned by this, by a section that's really just showing off our core gameplay. Like we often talk about, you'll hear Bruce say, the meat and potatoes, like trying to get that strong base. We know tempo-wise we can go and have these big action set pieces, but now it almost feels like our core gameplay has this certain scale, which is really exciting for me. I mean, I just love you know, I go back and watch some of the video and even hear some of the fans online breaking down the video, and there's things like them noticing the detail of like Nate even pulling like the trigger, like each time, like these animation details that for me I know are in there, but I kind of, you know, after you kind of forget like some of these things. So I think there's the level of detail that's happening across all disciplines is just incredible to me. From the animation, from the facial, to the sound, to the way they're doing all these things coming together on this platform. The art, and then the layout that Amelia Schatz is doing, because she did the majority of this layout and all this space you see. It's next level, man. I think we're just excited to show more about the relationship and a little bit more about this adventure these two brothers are going to go on.